Hello, my name is Nick Orlando of Lando Management, and I'm here to discuss the very exciting and prosperous future we have together with my prodigal clients, Lyonia. Lyonia's psychedelic, cerebral, droning brand of indie rock has evolved into a live performance and listening experience where the audience and band become one, together traveling through a soaring mystical journey. They are scheduled to release their first full-length album, Wilderness, on Halloween. Lyonia is actually the name of the street that all the members of this group lived on as kids, and where this band was formed long before any of them even picked up an instrument. The members have all known each other since kindergarten and are still connected by that lifelong bond of shared memories of their youth. This, along with a childlike exuberance for music, is what makes this group so strongly connected to one another and to their audience. This is a mood board I created for the band that I feel really represents their personalities and their music, as well as their overall brand. As you can see, it is full of artistic photos with a very dim color palette. The overall vibe I was trying to create with this is a rustic, avant-garde photography gallery. I describe Lyonia's music as cerebral indie rock because their music really makes the listener think, both with their use of droning effects as well as with well thought out and insightful lyrics. Because of this, I chose to use a lot of photographs that make the viewer of this mood board stop and think about what they're looking at. This is a short promotional clip of one of their biggest songs, Bones, and is a great representation of their sound. Enjoy. Our content strategy includes mainly different types of video footage. First off, we will create high quality video footage of some of our earlier shows in the year. During the recording process, we also be filming behind the scenes footage to help strengthen the connection with our fan base and increasing the level of anticipation for its final release. Just like the band members themselves, the core target audience and number one fans of Lyonia are highly artistic hipsters, which dictates how they spend a lot of their recreational time. Again, to strengthen that connection and giving them another reason to buy in with the band, we'll be filming a series of a day in the life videos to be posted on social media. To go along with this goal of connecting with the fans to their love of art, we also record a brief monthly podcast discussing things like local art festivals, photography, as well as other local and upcoming music artists. For our year one tour strategy, we'll be mainly concentrating on solidifying and growing our audiences in some of the cities that Lyonia has previously performed in. First city is Tampa Bay. The venue is Crowbar. Lyonia has performed in Tampa before, and I believe that this could be one of the biggest markets with the most potential we can tap into. Tampa ranks number 17 on a list of the most hipster cities in America, and is developing a thriving culture of young, artistic millennials. Jackrabbits Live in Jacksonville is one of the hottest smaller clubs for indie rock music on the east coast of Florida, and is another one that Lyonia is eager to make their debut in. Gainesville and the Hardback Cafe are a must for year one, mainly due to its proximity to the University of Florida, thus having a large population of millennials. Open Mics in Melbourne is a venue that the band has played once before and it had a very successful show at, with many fans actually traveling from Orlando, as well as many locals in attendance. St. Petersburg is a city that Lyonia has not played yet, but have high hopes of growing a solid following in. St. Pete ranks as number one millennial draw for cities in the state of Florida. We plan on hitting all these markets at least 2 times during the upcoming year, with a plan to do a brief third visit before launching into other states for our 2019 fall tour. We have come up with a very cost-effective marketing plan to promote our upcoming shows as well as the release of Lyonia's upcoming album. The only expenses will be to print show posters and flyers and postcards, as well as the loss of ticket sales we will incur by providing free tickets for our street team members to distribute the printed content. The total of these expenses is only $325, well under our $500 budget. Our main avenues of promotion through our self-generated content will be through social media. Other creative marketing avenues we have scheduled include a radio interview with UCF Radio, submitting our music to the Audio Boom podcast, and getting features in the music sessions of the Orlando Sentinel and Tampa Bay Times. Our timeline starts with the recording process of the upcoming Wilderness album. At this time, we'll begin promotion for both the album as well as the release for our live shows and leading up to the album, and the promo tour to follow the release. Scheduled is a hometown performance for the end of August at the Social to get the band and core audience hyped for the album release, as well as for their big debut at the Crow Bar in Tampa. The album will officially release on Halloween night, and from there, it is full speed ahead. First leg of the promo tour will feature shows in Orlando, Jacksonville, and Melbourne. To keep the energy and hype going, we'll be playing as a support act at the Social in Orlando for a huge New Year's Eve celebration. January and February will be the second leg of the tour, featuring shows in Gainesville, Tampa, and St. Pete, to show a little more love to our Florida West Coast fan base. March of 2019, our management team will evaluate the overall success of the preceding tour, as well as the marketing strategy employed. During this time, the band will begin songwriting for their next album. This album will be even bigger, and based on our analysis of our previous marketing efforts, we will formulate a new promotional strategy to lead us through our summer festival shows, and then our launch out of the state of Florida into our first Southeastern tour, fall of 2019. Having known each other for over 2 decades, the members of Lionia are all in their late 20s, and the short time I've known them, if I could describe them in one word, it would be humble. They treat every single step, every single gig, whether the venue big or small, as a huge opportunity. They still maintain that childlike exuberance for creating music, and those memories of playing in the street, dreaming of life on the stage, are still vivid as ever in their minds. I am unshakably confident that Lionia has a bright future ahead of them for a couple of reasons. First off, their music is just stuck in my head, even though I'm not an indie rock fan. Not in a bad way, but in a way that makes me feel connected to their passion for music. They are also professional musicians. They are open and willing to do whatever it takes that is suggested to them to benefit their careers. Lionia is a band that will not remain in the shadows for much longer. They are destined for success, and I believe that your team is the perfect fit to maximize on this incredible opportunity to monetize on one of the best up-and-coming indie rock bands in Florida and also in the country. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I greatly appreciate your time. Thank you.